Okay, today we're going to finish up the specific subject of alligators, and then if we have time we'll start crocodiles. But what we want to talk about today especially is about the jaw pimples of the alligator. We saw the picture last week, I'll show you again. Now this is a mystery. It's a mystery, why did Hashem give the alligator pimples on his jaw? So, there are a lot of mysteries in Hashem's Bria, and these mysteries keep scientists very busy. There are thousands and thousands of scientists that are hard at work to try to solve things like, why does an alligator's jaw have pimples? There are other mysteries that are bigger mysteries. There's a mystery like we had before, we talked about the lizards, that some lizards have a third eye. You know, trying to figure out why Hashem gave them that. There are big mysteries like the migrations of thousands of miles of certain birds and sea turtles and eels and whales and monarch butterflies. They want to know why and how, and they want to know what the purpose is. What's the benefit for these creatures? It was very interesting that scientists assume automatically if something is there, if it exists, there has to be a reason for it to be there. And they're right. And they're definitely right. Because everything is planned, everything has a purpose, it's all made by the Creator. They don't see it that way, but that's what it is. But it's very interesting that scientists always assume that there's a reason for anything that exists. And they'll put years and years of their lives into trying to find out, the reasons, the purpose for why each thing is there. Their fascination and determination and their conviction that there's a reason, that there's a purpose, is really a great demonstration of Hashem's great wisdom and power and kindness. Now they're blind to this. They're motivated by other things. They're motivated by a burning desire for honor and glory, for fame, for money, and for knowledge. And each one wants to be the one who discovers the secret of why and how this particular thing works. And perhaps they'll become really famous and they'll actually name the thing. It'll be called like so-and-so scientist, whatever the name was. Let's say the scientist's name was Jones. So maybe they'll call it Jones Pimples on the alligator's jaw, or something like that. And this is what they're cherishing for this. This is what makes them spend 2, 3, 5, 10 years, maybe their whole life, studying, trying to figure out what's the secret. Now they would gain much more if they were motivated by a desire to reveal Hashem's great wisdom to the world. In any case, when they're done investing decades of their lives, we take their discoveries and we put it to good use, giving honor, giving covet to the one for whom it's most fitting, Hashem. So as far as our subject goes, there is a lady who spent years doing very complicated experiments to prove what she knew to begin with was a given. And that is that the alligator's jaw pimples had to have some useful benefit. And she did. She proved it. She proved it recently that those pimples are tiny motion detectors triggered by water vibrations. And this helps the alligators find their prey in the dark, swampy waters so they have enough food to eat. So we see from these pimples, we see the power of Hashem, because it's really a very intricate thing that they can feel such a subtle thing, the vibrations in the water, and the wisdom of Hashem to set this thing up so they have food to eat, and the kindness of Hashem, He's feeding them. And we'll just close with another picture of the pimples, the famous jaw pimples. I forgot the lady's name. They didn't actually call it after her name, but anyway, whatever it is, we forgot who she is, but she did find the purpose of why Hashem put it there. Okay. Now, let's just do a little bit of crocodiles. We're not going to do the whole subject today. This is a picture of the biggest crocodile Hashem made. This is called the saltwater crocodile. It lives near Australia and in the Far East. This is a 16-footer that's jumping out of the water. I think they set this picture up by holding some kind of food, some kind of bait up above a ship, a boat, whatever, a big boat, that made it leap out of the water. And it's over there in the Far East in the Pacific Ocean. Now, really, it's usually found in rivers and lakes, but it has been seen over 100 miles out to sea, far from land. They can get to be over 21 feet long and 2,000 pounds. One near India was measured at 27.5 feet long. Hashem gave them special glands, salt glands, as many as 40 on their tongue, which enables it to get rid of the excess salt that they're taking in too much and without losing too much water. Now, the following picture is a picture of a 14-foot Nile crocodile in Africa that's looking for some food. He looks very hungry. And he can eat food as big as a Cape buffalo, which is a very large animal. He pulls them in. They pull them into by the teeth into the water until they drown. And then they can chomp away and eat them. Now, the saltwater crocodile doesn't want to have to use up too much energy, so he swims very lazily with his tongue. Excuse me, it's not his tongue, his tail. He has a big tail, and he waves it back and forth very slowly. He doesn't want to use up too much energy, because then he has to go spend more energy trying to find more food to eat. Now, this crocodile, the saltwater crocodile, the first picture, he has less armor on his neck and back compared to the other crocodilians, and this makes it easier for him to bend his body when he's swimming, because if he had thick, heavy scales, it would weigh him down too much at sea. Now, I don't know if you ever heard, but there's a famous thing about crocodiles called crocodile tears. Crocodile tears, and they really have them. I'm going to show you a picture, two small pictures of crocodile tears. Now, this famous phrase, now sometimes a parent might say to their child, "Don't give me the crocodile tears." So what are crocodile tears? It refers to someone whose crying is really phony, whose regret is not genuine, or who seeks undeserved sympathy. Crocodiles often have tears in their eyes just after while they're eating their prey that they just tore apart. They killed and tore apart. Now, they don't have any regret. They're very happy to have that food to eat, but they have tears in their eyes. So that's why it's famously known as crocodile tears. So anybody who puts on an act of crying, it is said that they have crocodile tears. Now, why did Hashem give them crocodile tears? These crocodile tears, and alligators and caimans also have them. It probably helps to clean their eyes and reduce the bacteria in the eyes. So on this page, we'll show you the two bottom pictures has the crocodile tears. If you look closely, you'll see them. And the picture above shows a saltwater crocodile in the early evening, pretty well camouflaged in the water. Okay, now I'm going to show you two more pictures of the saltwater crocodile. The top picture shows one lying all the way in the bottom of a river in Australia, 15 foot long, and there's a boat above him taking the pictures. If this crocodile is big enough, if he wanted to, he could rise up to the bottom of the boat and just turn the whole boat upside down. And the very bottom picture shows a saltwater crocodile holding his legs very close to his body, so that when he swims, he's streamlined, he can swim easier and faster. Okay, we'll stop here, and we'll continue next week on crocodiles. Good Shabbos, good Shabbos. Enjoy the Zecher and the Bereshis.